TV Crazy Man here. On this video, we're going to look at the 20 biggest guest stars from I Love Lucy, starting with Tennessee Ernie Ford.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In the show's third season, country music star Tennessee Ernie Ford guest starred in two back-to-back episodes, Tennessee Ernie Visits and Tennessee Ernie Hangs On, as Cousin Ernie,
Howdy, folks.
who visits the Ricardos from Bent Fork, Tennessee.
Bent Fork.
Bent Fork, Tennessee.
He drives the Ricardos crazy while winning them over with his country charm.
I've got a home.
In 1955, Ford hit it big with his version of the song 16 Tons, which spent 10 weeks at number 1 on the country chart and 7 weeks at number 1 on the pop chart.
Listen to the jingle.
In season 4 on the episode Tennessee Bound, during their big trip to California, the Ricardos and the Mertzes meet Cousin Ernie in Bent Fork, where Lucy ends up in jail. After these guest appearances, Ford would end up with his own variety show, The Ford Show, from 1956 to 61. At number 2, Gale Gordon appeared as Mr. Littlefield on the episodes Lucy's Schedule and Ricky Asks for a Raise. And he played a judge on one episode of the Lucy-Desi Hour. According to Wikipedia, Gordon was actually the first pick to play Fred Mertz, but was already committed to several radio shows and the TV series Our Miss Brooks. Can you imagine him as Fred, though? I have to wonder if he would have gotten along better with Vivian Vance than William Frawley did.
What are you talking about?
He did go on to co-star with Lucy on The Lucy Show. Here's Lucy.
Will always get his just desserts.
And the short-lived Life with Lucy, as well as playing Mr. Wilson on Dennis the Menace. The next one on the list is one of the biggest stars of the 20th century, the Duke himself, John Wayne.
Get it! Who's Carla is it?
Wayne appeared in the episode Lucy and John Wayne, where Lucy gets into trouble breaking footprints from Grauman's Chinese Theater, leading to Wayne to having to make more footprints. According to Screen Rant, John Wayne only took $280 for his appearance and a promotion for his movie at the time. Apparently he was a fan of the show. At number 4 is Bob Hope. He helped start off the 6th and final regular season of I Love Lucy. He had already starred with Lucy on 2 movies and would later star with her on 2 more. Like a lot of these stars, he would also appear on Lucy's future series, The Lucy Show. Another star Lucy ran into during the season 4 Hollywood episodes, besides John Wayne, was William Holden on the episode L.A. at Last, where Lucy catches her nose on fire. In 1954, Holden was a big ladies' man, starring in pictures like Sabrina and Sunset Boulevard.
My nose itches.
I'd like you to meet my good friend, Hedda Hopper.
On the Hollywood Trip episode The Hedda Hopper Story, the famous gossip columnist guest stars. In this episode, Ricky wants to be in Hopper's next article to generate publicity for his career, but his efforts leave him and Lucy all wet.
But it turned out to be all wet.
Hopper started her career as an actress working in silent movies. In the Hollywood episode The Dancing Star, Lucy shows off her dancing skills with guest star Van Johnson, whose career spanned over 50 years, from 1940 to 1992. Johnson was friends with Lucy and Desi in real life and appeared in the movies Easy to Wed and Yours, Mine, and Ours with Lucy before and after this episode.
How about you, dear?
The legendary comedian and harp player Harpo Marx of the Marx Brothers appeared in the 1955 I Love Lucy episode entitled Harpo Marx. He and Lucy performed the mirror routine, made famous in the Marx Brothers' 1933 movie Duck Soup. Richard Widmark, best known for his dramatic roles, guest starred in the episode The Tour, where Lucy gets trapped in the star's home. After Fred and Ethel appear dressed in hospital attire, Widmark makes this classic line after being introduced to Lucy's wacky behavior.
Well, how convenient for you, Ricky, to live next door to a mental hospital.
On the episode, Lucy meets Orson Welles.
Mrs. Ricardo, please take your flippers off me.
She meets the famous filmmaker responsible for scaring American radio listeners out of their minds in the 1938 broadcast of War of the Worlds, when many tuning in late to the radio broadcast that night believed that America was actually being invaded by Mars. Some believed Germany was invading, and others thought there was some kind of natural catastrophe happening. Wells, of course, did tell the audience it was nothing more than a radio play at the end.
That was no Martian. It's Halloween.
They, of course, managed to reference that radio broadcast on this episode of I Love Lucy.
My Man from Mars broadcast was 18 years ago. What kept you?
Also in this episode, the Waltons' Ellen Corby appears as Lucy's old drama teacher. Other notable appearances from her include It's a Wonderful Life and the episode Barney's First Car on the Andy Griffith Show, where she sold Barney Fife a lemon.
Carl Roby can't be here. He has the measles.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Speaking of the Andy Griffith Show, Howard McNear, famous as Floyd the Barber, appeared on the Lucy episode Little Ricky Gets Stage Fright. Okay, now maybe he wasn't what you might consider a big star at the time or even later, but we all remember Floyd the Barber, thanks to millions and millions of reruns. Our next star, Barbara Eden, who also made a famous guest appearance on the Andy Griffith Show, where she turned everyone's head.
You know it's getting so a girl can't walk down the street anymore without being whistled at.
Also appeared on the Lucy episode Country Club Dance, where she, looking very good, of course, makes all the ladies jealous of the attention that men give her.
Why do men do that? Do you know why men do that?
These two appearances were before her famous show, I Dream of Jeannie, in the 1960s. Frank Nelson, who was on this episode with Barbara Eden, appeared on 11 episodes of I Love Lucy and one on the Lucy-Desi Hour, which was, of course, basically hour-long episodes of I Love Lucy. He was possibly best known for his work with Jack Benny and his catchphrases, "Ooh, do they?" and the way he said, yes.
Mister. Yeah.
He did a lot of voice work on Saturday morning cartoons as well, and he used his unique personality for commercials in the early 80s.
Oh, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah. Him again.
Fred MacMurray guest starred in the Lucy-Desi Hour episode Lucy Hunts Uranium.
This whole thing can be settled easily and fairly.
Certainly.
I found it.
In this hilarious episode, MacMurray and Ricardo's race each other to see who can claim an uranium mine first. MacMurray had a long career in Hollywood, but probably today he's best remembered for the long-running My Three Sons TV series, and his Disney movies, The Absent-Minded Professor and Son of Flubber. Coincidentally, William Frawley, a.k.a. Fred Mertz, got a job on My Three Sons as the grandfather after I Love Lucy was over. Red Skelton, keep wanting to say Red Skeleton.
I'm red.
Oh, Red Skeleton.
Showed up on the Lucy-Desi Hour episode, Lucy Goes to Alaska. Red was a big TV comedian. His show premiered way back in 1951. It moved from NBC to CBS and eventually became the Red Skelton Hour. Even when it was canceled in 1970, it wasn't because of low ratings. CBS was just out to cut out any show that didn't fit the modern, younger audience. Well, this led to the purge of all the rural shows at the same time.
Hey, that's a mighty fine-looking cow. Isn't that a hunk of beef for you? Wonderful cow. Not only does she give milk, but she gives pet-rich pie. You stop ad-libbing.
According to Wiki, he had a 70-year-long career in total. Now, just out of curiosity, in the comments, how many of y'all thought at one time or another, possibly back when you were a kid, that Red Skelton was actually named Red Skeleton? I've always had that trouble myself, especially when I was a kid.
You're you. Who are you? Ah!
Danny Thomas guest starred on the Lucy-Desi Hour episode Lucy Makes Room for Danny, where he played his TV character Danny Williams from his series The Danny Thomas Show, which lasted from 1953 to 1965. So this could have been one of the first TV crossovers. And it also manages to connect the world of I Love Lucy to the Andy Griffith Show, as Mayberry and Sheriff Taylor first appeared on the Danny Thomas Show as a pilot that led to the Andy Griffith Show that aired for the first time a few months later.
I'm Clem.
Name ain't Clem, it's Andy. Andy Taylor.
Just think, if we could have actually had an episode where the Ricardos get stuck in Mayberry, that might have been the biggest classic TV team-up of all time. And we were so close.
Missed it by that much.
You build the buildings, I'll tell the jokes.
Milton Berle, also known as Mr. Television or Uncle Milty, guest starred on the Lucy-Desi Hour episode Milton Berle hides at the Ricardos. In this episode, Lucy wants Berle to be in Little Ricky's play. Believe it or not, according to Wikipedia, Museum TV, and Vanished Chicagoland, Berle first appeared on television in 1929 for an experimental closed-circuit telecast before 129 people. In 1947, he came back to TV for a charity auction before finally becoming a host the next year on NBC Television Network.
I don't know what I'm talking about. How do we solve it? Forget about it. And I'll tell you, when I forget a joke, we're in trouble.
Berle once got a 97% share of the audience. Of course, there wasn't 500 channels to choose from back then. By the end of the 1950s, Berle was no longer the superstar as he once was at the beginning of television.
Oh, what I'm going to do for you?
Yeah?
Barbara Hutton didn't do Rubarosa.
I was Boobarooza?
Rubarosa.
You're California bound. You want to do for me what Barbara Hutton
Yeah, Rubarosa.
did for Rubarosa. Rubariza. Everybody talk to each other. Come here.
But he did numerous film appearances and guest spots on TV for decades to come.
I'm Claude Akins.
Claude Akins?
Yeah.
The actor?
Yeah.
Claude Akins guest starred in the 6th season of I Love Lucy, playing himself, dressed for the part of an island native in a movie. Akins had a long career in Hollywood, appearing in many classic TV shows and movies. He even played General Aldo on Battle for the Planet of the Apes. But to me, I'll always remember him as the sometimes bad, sometimes good Sheriff Lobo, who faced off against BJ and the Bear on occasion. He played a lot of villains. He even took on Superman.
It's Superman.
I'll give you one guess how that turned out. Which takes us to just what happens to be my favorite I Love Lucy guest appearance of all time, the 1950s Superman, played by George Reeves. George Reeves appeared on the episode Lucy and Superman, airing in January of 1957 in the show's 6th season. In this episode, Lucy desperately wants Superman for Little Ricky's birthday party. When it looks like Ricky won't be able to get Superman to come, Lucy thinks she can fool the kids at the party if she dresses like Superman. She must have thought those kids were pretty dumb. Lucy ends up trapped outside on the ledge, but luckily Superman does indeed make it in time to save the day. My favorite part of the episode is when Superman finds out that Ricky has been married to Lucy for 15 whole years and exclaims, "And they call me Superman."
Yeah, 15 years. And they call me Superman.
Years later, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman in the 90s, would do a dream sequence where Superman is Ricky and Lois Lane is Lucy. Real quick before you go, here's a few of my bloopers I thought you might like. TV Crazy Man here. In this video, we're going to look at the 20 biggest guest stars from I Love Lucy. TV Crazy Man here. In this video, we're... The legendary comedian and harp player Harpo Marx of the Marx Brothers appeared in the 1955 I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy. Ricky convinces Harpo to surprise Lucy at her party when he and Lucy perform the... The legendary comedian and harp player Harpo Marx of the Marx Brothers appeared in the 1955... Well, that's all the time we have today. Please like and comment. Let me know what you thought of this video. Please share it with your friends and family. If you like animation, check out my latest Frady Cat cartoon where Frady Cat tries to be James Bond, which turns out not to be what it's cracked up to be. For lots of classic TV facts, goofs, and bloopers, check out the main page of the TV Crazy Man channel. Well, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.